She woke up at 2:47 in the afternoon. The last thing she remembered was sitting down for coffee at 9 in the morning. 5 hours. Gone. Just gone. And on her forearm, 3 parallel marks she had never seen before. This is not a horror story. This is a real documented phenomenon that has happened to thousands of people across the world, and scientists, psychologists, and researchers still cannot fully agree on what causes it. Let me walk you through exactly what happened to this woman, what the medical investigation uncovered, and why the explanation is somehow more unsettling than the mystery itself. Her name is Sandra. She lives alone in a suburb outside Portland, Oregon. She is a retired school teacher, not someone prone to exaggeration or dramatics. On the morning of October 14th, 2019, she made her coffee, sat at her kitchen table, and then simply ceased to have any conscious experience of time until mid-afternoon. No trauma, no fall, no signs of forced entry. Her coffee cup was still half full and still faintly warm. The marks on her arm were shallow, uniform, and slightly reddened. A dermatologist later described them as consistent with mild pressure or repeated friction applied to the same spot. Not cuts, not bruises. Something else entirely. Here is where it gets interesting. Sandra is not alone in this kind of experience. The phenomenon has a name in clinical literature. Researchers refer to episodes like hers under the broader category of dissociative fugue states, where a person loses autobiographical continuity without any detectable external cause. But Sandra showed none of the typical psychological markers associated with dissociation. No prior trauma history. No underlying personality disorder. Nothing. Her neurologist ordered an EEG and found something unexpected. A pattern of unusual slow-wave activity in the temporal lobe, the region responsible for memory encoding and the perception of time. These waves appeared to match patterns seen in very deep meditative states or in certain rare neurological episodes unrelated to seizure activity. Now here's the thing that keeps researchers awake. The marks cannot be explained by the neurological findings alone. Slow-wave temporal activity does not produce physical marks. It cannot, which means something physical was happening to Sandra's body during those 5 hours, while her conscious mind was essentially offline. Her neighbors reported no unusual activity around the house. Her phone showed no calls, no messages, no movement data from her health app. For 5 hours, from Sandra's perspective and from every digital record available, she simply did not exist. She has never fully recovered her memory of that morning. What she does describe, in a quiet and almost embarrassed way, is a feeling. Not fear, not pain, more like the feeling of being held very still by something patient and enormous, something that had all the time in the world. Medical science has not closed this case. It remains in a category of unexplained episodic phenomena that researchers continue to study. What I find most remarkable is this. Sandra still drinks her coffee at the same table every morning. She says stopping would feel like letting something win. That kind of quiet courage is the most human thing about a story with very few human explanations.